What's up, everybody in Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube land? This is Jesse Byrne representing Team FTK. I know what you guys are thinking, and no, today is not an episode of Casting Couch, but I'm actually going to be doing the ban list predictions for 2018, so get ready to watch another unimportant Yu-Gi tuber talk about a children's card game. The first card I wanted to talk about, guys, was Lunico Lacerial Independent Nightingale. I probably butchered that name, but right now, in combinations with that card and Starving Venom Dragon and Instant Fusion is creating a Pendulum FTK, and Konami really doesn't like FTKs. I'm personally a fan of alternate win conditions, such as Exodia and Chain Burn and cards like that, but Konami doesn't want us to have alternate win conditions. So Lunico Lacerial is the first card that I think should be hit, and then we can have pendulums just kind of play on their own. I also think in terms of pendulums that they should really hit Heavy Metal Foes Electromite to 1, because right now you can do a lot of crazy shit with it being at 3, and just being at 1 would be much better for pendulums and also would be more fair to other decks if we just had 1 Electromite. And as for Pendulum Magicians, I really think that Heavy Metal Foes Electrum is the only card that needs to be hit to 1. One copy of it would be just fine, but if we want to talk about decks that are dominating currently in the meta, we have to talk about True Dracos, and which brings us on to Masterpiece. Masterpiece should definitely be banned in my opinion, just because that card is too fucking broken. Like, you just tribute whatever and it's unaffected by that. Not only that, you get to banish continuous spell or trap cards to pop during either player's turn. It's simply and utterly ridiculous. Like, that card needs to be banned. Diagram, not so much. Diagram, there's no point in having 3 copies of Diagram if you have no Masterpiece. We can leave it at 3, we can just hit Masterpiece and that would be good. And as for hand traps, we don't need to hit Drawlin Lockbird. It's fine at 3 copies. The only deck that really abuses it is Trickstars. Ghost Ogre, it can fine at 3. It doesn't really matter that much. Ash Blossom, though, Ash Blossom needs to be completely banned. We had Max C. Max C was broken. It was a play stopper. Ash Blossom is even more busted than Max C was, in my opinion, just because of the fact it shuts down so many decks. And it's ridiculous for us to have 3 copies of a card that stops 3 different effects just by discarding it. It's a quick effect. I know we have cards like Call from the Grave and other cards to stop it, but if you're main decking cards that aren't necessarily good to stop Ash Blossom, then there's a problem. Ash Blossom, to me, should be banned. So the next card that I wanted to talk about is Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched is just too broken. The fact that you can banish your opponent's monsters equal to the same number of monsters you control is just ridiculous. Like, I understand that it's only a side deck card right now and that it's very situational, but if we can't have 3 copies of Regeki, and I know this is a crazy argument, we shouldn't have 3 copies of Evenly Matched. Alright, so the next card that I wanted to talk about is Card of Demise, and I understand that's literally the cat's pajamas. In any anti-meta deck, you can play it in Keyforge, you can play it in Yosinjus and Satellar Knights, and right now it's just Wrecking Shop with True Dracos. It's just ungodly. It's too much. The pluses are real. You can just draw until you have 3 cards in your hand, and there's not really a cost except for skipping your battle phase, discarding your hand during the end phase. But if you draw 3 back row and you just set them all, you're literally 3 cards ahead of your opponent just for activating 1 card. It's completely stupid, and it just basically punishes players for being good. Like, you don't even need to be good anymore if you just play Card of Demise. So then a card that I think could be not banned anymore, that could come back to maybe 1, 2 copies, possibly even 3 copies, is Tribe Infecting Virus. Now, this card dominated back in the day, but we are so far ahead in Yu-Gi-Oh! To where it doesn't really matter anymore. Sure, anti-meta decks would have a lot of fun splashing that card in. It would be really good to have that with Fossil Dino and the 3 Thunder Kings that are out right now. Just put Tribe Infecting Virus back to 1 maybe, see how it does a format, then put it to 3, but definitely bring it back. So I have 2 more cards that I wanted to talk about, and both cards are limited to 2 on the ban list, and I think they could come back to 3 with no problem, simply because of the fact that the decks aren't relevant right now, and that being Chain Burn. Chain Burn is one of my favorites. I love it. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but they should definitely bring back Chain Strike to 3 because I don't think it would do that much in this current format. Not only that, they should bring back OJAMA Trio to 3 because OJAMA Trio is busted because it does special summon 3 tokens to your opponent's side of the field. You chain just desserts, you can do more damage with it, but at the same time, why would you give your opponent 3 tokens right now in Link format? It's not necessary. We shouldn't have it at 2. We should go ahead and unlimit it. That being said, with Chain Strike also. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. This is Jesse Byrne.